Hey everybody, thanks for joining me on another episode of Cuttin Up With Bae. Today we're going to make some steak, a baked potato, some vegetables, and some shrimp. So make sure you hit that like button and make sure you subscribe so we can get this party started. As you can see, I'm poking a couple holes in my potato. I'm gonna go ahead and roll this up in some foil. I'm gonna preheat my oven to 350 degrees and I'm gonna bake my potato until it's tender. So that can take about 45 to 55 minutes. You know, it's Saturday night, it's kind of cold here, and I was thinking, what could I make for my husband for dinner? And I decided to make him this meal. So I went to Kroger's, I got some steak, I got some potatoes, I got just, some basic stuff to make up a pretty good meal. And, you can pick any type of steak that you want. I chose a ribeye, you can choose a T-bone, you can choose any kind of steak you want. I love ribeye steaks for a number of reasons. Not only do they have a nice marbling on them in terms of the meat to fat ratio, but I love how tender they are and they don't take that long to cook. I love T-bones as well, but it takes a little longer to cook, especially with that bone going through the middle. So this cut of steak is definitely one of my favorites. And it's not too expensive. Now we're going to season the steak with some Chef Bae seasoning salt. I absolutely love this seasoning, and not just because it's my seasoning. Usually when you hear seasoning salt, you think of that other major company, and it's like really, really, really salty. And my seasoning salt is not too salty. I try to keep everyone in mind when I made it. And you can, sprinkle this a little liberally on your meat and it will come out delicious. It will not be too salty. It will not be overbearing. Now I've added some Chef Bae garlic butter to my skillet. I'm gonna let that just melt a little bit and get warm. And once I let it get warm, I'm going to add my steak. I have the heat on medium high for the fire. If you're using an electric stove, you can put the stove on, like if it has numbers on it instead, I would put it on like a 4 to a 4.5. Man, it smells so good in here. In the words of Emerald Lagasse, oh yeah, babe, it smells amazing. One thing about steak, you can't go wrong with a nice juicy cut of steak, a nice salad, a nice glass of wine. It definitely hits the spot. But tonight, we're gonna do a steak, baked potato, some vegetables, and we're gonna call it a night. I don't wanna draw this out. I don't wanna get too fancy with dinner because we got Thanksgiving coming up in a couple days and I'm super excited. And if you guys are excited, like I'm excited, I need y'all to smash that like button right now for me. All right, so we got us some shrimp, some white shrimp. The size is 21 to 25 shrimp per pound. And when you go to buy shrimp, you should get the already deveined shrimp. As you can see, there's no vein going down the back of this. So I just peeled each side of the shell away from the shrimp and I just removed the shrimp from the entire shell. You're just going to repeat that until all of your shrimp has no shell on them. All right, so now that I have the shrimp removed from the shells, I have them washed, and I patted them dry with a napkin. I'm going to pull out my Chef Bae Seafood Lovers seasoning, and I'm going to season these shrimp on both sides. And let me tell you, this seasoning is the bomb. When you think about seafood, if you know seafood, you know that seafood is delicate and you can really mess it up if you're adding too many flavors or too many seasonings or the wrong seasonings. So I made sure with this blend of seasonings that it would be perfect for shrimp, scallops, clams, uh, red snapper, bluegill, whatever type of seafood it is, it's going to mesh well even with vegetables and other type of meats, but it's more for delicate type of meats. And when it comes to this compound butter, honey, it is amazing. I've already posted the recipe on my YouTube a couple days ago, so go check it out. And it's all there, all the ingredients you need. Here I've added the shrimp to my skillet. I'm gonna let the shrimp cook for about 3 minutes on each side until it's done. As you can see, the bottom of the shrimp, the outline of it is starting to turn pink. So that's how you know it's about time to flip the shrimp. But I'm gonna let them cook for about another 30 seconds or so, another minute or so, just to make sure they're nice and golden brown. Yes, those look delicious. I can't wait to eat these, honey. Woo, child, let me hurry up and make this plate because there will be no video if I keep looking at these shrimp. I'm trying to tell y'all, it looks so good, it smells so good. What am I supposed to do? All right, let me hurry up. Let me put these vegetables on. I chopped up some zucchini and some squash. You can use any melody you like. This is just what I have at home right now. Now I'm gonna melt some more of that herb or compound butter, and I'm going to saute those veggies in this pan. And I'm only gonna cook them for maybe about 4 minutes on each side. I'm gonna, shake them around. I wanna get them just a little bit tender, and I'm gonna take them off the fire, but it's really nothing special that I'm doing to these besides adding a little garlic, adding a little Chef Bae seasoning salt. Can't go wrong with a little bit of that. Yeah, add that seasoning and do a little toss, toss, toss. And boom, you got the best vegetables. And I like cutting my vegetables a little on the thicker side. Usually when you cut them too small, that's when you run into the vegetables being mushy. And speaking of vegetables, my husband do not like to eat his vegetables. I don't know what is wrong with him, but he don't have no choice but to eat these damn vegetables, y'all. Because I keep trying to tell him, when we have kids, how are you gonna explain to our kids that you don't eat vegetables, but they gotta eat vegetables, So he better start now so that way it won't be a problem later. So you do me a favor, you go to the comments below and tell me what is your favorite vegetable. If I had to pick, you guys would probably say my favorite vegetable is asparagus. Sometimes it is, sometimes it ain't. I really like broccoli. I do like Brussels sprouts. I like my vegetables. I don't know about y'all, but vegetables are not bad if they're made right. But if they're mushy, then to hell with them vegetables, okay? So it is time to plate this food. And this is definitely my favorite part. So I started by putting my steak down first. Then I'm adding my shrimp. You can plate your food however you like. It can be a mess. It can look immaculate. It really doesn't matter to me personally. I really can't explain it, but it's just something in my head that kind of just guides me and directs me on just how to plate my food. I get nervous too, and I really get skeptical, like, oh my God, should I put this on the left side or should I put this on the right side? And well, oh my God, if this doesn't look right, then I'm gonna have to just start all over. And you know, I'm not a perfectionist, but I'm also hard on myself. So if I had a tip for you guys, don't be too hard on yourself, because long as you're genuine about what you're doing and you got your heart invested 100%, it's gonna come out right every single time, you guys. As you can see here, I threw in some of that compound butter. Now, butter is good, but compound butter is better, honey. Now, this is some pink Himalayan salt, and I'm gonna sprinkle just a little bit of that over my vegetables. Not too much. Again, as I mentioned earlier, my seasoning is not extremely salty. I have people that use the seasoning on their popcorn and they use it for their salad, all type of stuff. So it's really not overpowering. And anytime I cook vegetables, I do like to, just dust them with a little bit of that pink Himalayan salt. It goes so hard, you guys, trust me. Now, the cheese has melted in our potato, and I'm just adding a little bit of homemade ranch. I definitely love me some ranch, you guys. So I could have used some sour cream, but I decided to use ranch on here. And I'm just gonna sprinkle this potato with a little bit of bacon. Okay, a lot of bit of bacon. And I'm gonna garnish it with some parsley. You could add green onion or scallion if you want to, but I didn't have any scallion, so I used some parsley. Oh, this looks so good. I know my husband is gonna be really excited about this. I know he's gonna go for that steak first, but I know he better eat some of them vegetables or it's gonna be a problem, y'all. Y'all gonna see Chef Bae on the news because her husband ain't eating all the vegetables he's supposed to be eating. But no, seriously, this looks so good, you guys. I wish y'all had smell-o-vision. Oh, and that potato, oh, homegirl snapped on that. Tell me I did not do my thing on that potato, you guys. I can't wait to make my plate and dig in. But in a nutshell, this was the dish that I came up with real quick. It's not too expensive. It's not too hard to make. Long as you make it with a little bit of love and a little bit of Chef Bae seasoning, you cannot go wrong. And guys, if you do not have the seasonings, go to my website, www.cuttinupwithbae.com to get right. But I want to thank you guys so much for joining me and watching my video. I genuinely love you guys. I genuinely appreciate each and every one of you. And happy holidays to my family, to your family, to the world. And just stay safe. Until next time, peace out, you guys.